We've all been there. You started your project in 3ds Max, spent the entire day working on it, you save your work, feeling satisfied with your progress, but then you open your 3ds Max scene, this happens. I understand your pain, it's frustrating, but don't worry, you're not alone. Today I'm going to teach you how to save your files, scenes, models, textures in 3ds Max, so you never have to sit around looking for the lost maps. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have a solid system in place that keeps your project organized and stress-free. So, what's the issue here? Well, when you're working in 3ds Max, it's easy to get lost in creative process and forget about how you're organizing your files. This can lead to a chaotic folder structure, misplaced textures, and broken links. But there's a simple solution to avoid this nightmare. The key is to have well-organized project's file system right from the start. Trust me, a little bit of organization can save you hours of frustration later on. Now, let's dive on how you should set up your file system. Your main 3ds Max folder should look like this. The projects folder is the heart of your work. Here's how it should be organized. Let's break this down folder by folder. Info. Here you'll store all the technical tasks from the client, project briefs, and any important documents that are essential for the project. Project. This folder contains the 3ds Max project file itself and includes two subfolders, models and textures. Store all the 3D models and textures used in this specific project here. References. Store all your reference images or any visual inspiration you're using for the project in this folder. Renders. This is where you save your rendered images. Create 3 subfolders here. Render for intermediate and test renders, final renders for the completed images, and Photoshop for any post-processed image. By organizing your project folder like this, you'll have everything related to your project in one easy-to-find place. Next up is the models folder. This is where you store all your 3D models, whether they're assets you've created or downloaded. It's smart to categorize them, maybe by project or by type, like furniture, vehicles, or people. This way you can quickly find the models you need. The textures folder is where things can get messy if you're not careful. Create subfolders based on texture types, like wood, metal, fabric, or even by project. Make sure that each texture is correctly named and stored in the right folder, so 3ds Max can easily locate it when loading your scenes. If you use HDRI maps for your lighting and reflections, this folder is where you'll store them. Again, categorizing them by light. Let's say it's day, evening, or night can make your life a lot easier when you're trying to find the perfect lighting setup for your project. Finally, we have the Other folder. It could include reference images, scripts, plugins, or any other files. Just be sure to keep this folder tidy so it doesn't become a dumping ground. Here are a few final tips to make sure that your 3ds Max projects stay organized. Always set your project folder in 3ds Max before you start working on new project. This tells 3ds Max where to look for all the related files. Back up your work. Use cloud storage or an external drive to keep your files safe. Be consistent with your naming conventions. It might seem minor, but it really helps in the long run. Well, that's it for today's tutorial. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for even more cool things for 3ds Max and Corona Render. So if you've got any ideas or tips about the content, just drop them in the comments. Thanks for watching and see ya!